You have to be very careful where you hit.
Where are we, Mark?
Costa del Bradley.
This is next week's vlog.
Next week. Welcome back to the vlog, guys. We are now in Northern Ireland, dropping off the Alteza to what I consider probably the best man in the country for mapping. And she's clean, isn't she?
Yeah.
Filth. The roads are so bad. Ice everywhere, it's rotten. But
How filthy the car is.
we made it. I can't wait for winter to be over. I'm so sick of the roads being salted and shite. We made it. So hopefully it doesn't need a trailer to come home. As Richard said, it won't blow on his dyno, but it might on the way home. Yeah, we never really video dropping off the 14. This is, for anyone wondering, this is where it came to get mapped. There was nothing on YouTube. It just spawned back into the unit and mapped. So
Yeah, because you didn't even know it was coming up here.
nobody did.
I did.
You did it, yeah, because you booked it in. It was very last minute though. It was literally like,
I just booked Mark's car in without even telling him.
yeah, literally. Didn't even say it to me. It's just, oh yeah, by the way, your car's booked in with Richard. Really?
And then I asked him to make space for 3 switches in the dash.
And you know what? It was the best decision we ever made. Oh yeah, you didn't see the sticker on the engine, man.
No, where'd you put it?
Exactly where it should be. Boom! Oh my god, the engine's just destroyed in dirt. Alright, you can't wipe that down, that's ridiculous. Jeez, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's the first clip of Bradley's over and done with. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Welcome back to Southern Ireland. The last time you seen us, we were in Northern Ireland. I hope you enjoyed the last vlog. It was hectic. We're still getting used to the camera and whatnot. So we've read the comments and we are going to take a right at the roundabout. There will be more 180 content and we will go into more detail. So today we're back at Ben's Mini. We've been at this just before Christmas. So there's a bit of a backstory to this car, I won't go into it. But basically, melted rocker cover, and there's a stud broken in the turbo, the rad fan's not working correctly, there's a couple of coolant leaks, a few bits and pieces. So we're gonna run through this one. This will be pretty quick, and get it back to Ben so he can lap Mondello once again. All right, so as you can see, that is the turbo. Nearly, what a weird dump valve. Hold on, now, that's turbo off. That was actually quite easy. A nice little Borg Warner twin scroll unit. What else do you want to know? It's after leaking oil all over my hand. That's about it, really.
What's next?
Forged dump valve.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's nice.
They're weird how they have the dump valve built into the actual turbo rather than separate. Borg Warner, KKK.
You're American.
Yeah, nothing to do with the Ku Klux Klan. What's next? Right, turbo's off. Let me wipe my paws here. So, everything was loose. The turbo was loose, the downpipe was loose, there's a broken stud. The reason I took the turbo off was because this is a snapped off stud and it looks like someone has tried to fix it already. Get that focus there now. Do you like that? Yeah, is that nice, is it? Yeah, get in there close now. Fucking look at that. Nice. Anyways, that's why the turbo's off. And while the turbo's off, we need to, like, there's so much stuff just like not bolted to anything. We need to change the fan on the radiator and we need to do the rocker cover. So next, I think we're going to take the rocker cover off and have a look inside and make sure that the inside of the engine is okay before we go any further and fit new parts. Next job now is rocker cover. That wasn't a rag, that was the side of my toolbox. Suppose David picked up the camera because we're mad impressed how clean this engine is inside.
No, someone said they wanted more detail.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we're going to go into detail. Do we need a torch?
Yeah, just in case.
So, rocker cover is removed. In case you don't know what a rocker cover is, that's a rocker cover. It covers your rockers. Do you want me to show you what the rockers are? They're the rockers. I think we're shocked by how clean the inside of the engine is. Like it's literally like, watch. Immaculate. Absolutely spotless. Very clean, but apparently it did just get a full rebuild. So we are taking off the rocker cover because the rocker cover melted. There should be a heat shield across here to protect the rocker cover from the turbo because the rocker cover is plastic. So we're going to have to make one because that's missing. But while the rocker cover is off, we're just running through the head, checking that all the lifters are okay and all the rocker arms are in position. These rocker arms can fall off. That's the disadvantage of having a rocker arm versus a hydraulic lifter. These do have hydraulic lifters, but they only actuate on one side of the rocker arm. The other side sits on the spring and you have a roller bearing here. So what can happen is at high RPMs, this rocker arm can actually jump. You can't see that because it's behind the cylinder head, can you? Can you see what I'm pointing at? That can jump off the top of the valve. Drop a rocker arm, destroy your engine. So we're just checking them to make sure everything is good inside there before we put the brand new rocker cover back on. So that's it for now. And we have found a problem with the lifters. So, like, if you can see this, so that's a good solid lifter, no play. It's holding oil inside. And if we go over here, you can see that one. I'm able to actually crush down the lifter with screwdriver, which is what we were hearing. I was hearing a noise in the cylinder head, which I thought was coming from the valve train, because when you take the oil cap off, you could hear it rattling in there. We have 4 lifters that are gone soft, and this car was flagging up a fault for a knock sensor, which is detecting vibrations in the engine. And it could possibly be the soft lifters creating vibrations in the valve train, triggering the car to go into limp mode. So, I know you were all excited to see the rocker cover go on, so was I, but it will not be going on until we get new lifters. So I'm just going to sit the old one back on, and we're going to go with the fan, and we're going to go with the turbo until we get lifters. So, like everything else, a quick job turns into a not so quick job. Because now I have to pull the cams, we're going to have to take off the timing chain and take out all the rocker arms and put in a set of hydraulic lifters. So if anyone wanted to know how to change hydraulic lifters, it's your lucky day. I've taken the old one off and prepping it for the new one. So it needs a set of hydraulic lifters. Back from lunch. Didn't do much. No, we're back from lunch and we have the fan changed. Wow! Yeah, comment down below and tell me I'm amazing. So that's the old one. You can see here the resistor has exploded on top of it. So what happens then is you start losing the low speed on the fan. These are can controlled, so you have high speed, low speed, and it was only working on full speed. So when the engine was requesting low speed on the fan, it wasn't turning on, causing it to overheat. So, fan changed, and now we're moving on to, because obviously we have to leave the rocker cover for now, because we're getting lifters for it. So now we are moving on to the turbo. So we have to try and get the remains of that stud out of there. Now how we're going to do it, God knows. But like someone's been at it. That looks like weld. Oh God. I feel like this is going to turn into a job. I didn't see it very often. Well, it's getting cold, isn't it? So, we have the turbo on, the downpipe's back on, stud is fixed, blah, 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 blah. Pipes are back on, stuff like that. So now, heat shield is the next thing. As you can see, this was the heat shield that was on it. So someone had removed, there's a factory heat shield that goes over here. Fits lovely, protects the turbo, nice, protects the rocker cover. And someone took it off and put this on, which simply just cooks the rocker cover because there's nothing to stop the heat underneath. So you can see it actually just keeps heating here and melts the rocker cover, as we can see from the melted rocker cover. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take a piece of 3-inch stainless and I've cut a slit in it here and we're gonna shape it to fit down over the turbo. And then we're gonna get the heat shield and we're gonna actually weld this to the bottom of the heat shield. So that when this heat shield goes on, this stainless goes down around the turbo and actually protects the new rocker cover because we don't wanna have to change the rocker cover. I'll tell you when I'm ready. Stop recording. If at any point while I'm working on your car I hit myself in the testicle, I'm gonna double your bill. We're gonna slap him with a 3-inch pipe into the testicle. Oh, welcome back. Done. David told me, tell you what I've been doing, working on the Mini. Tell you what I just did, modify the heat shield. Now, as you can see, we've added in this piece on the back, so that will actually sit down over the turbo and protect the rocker cover. So, nice little one-piece unit, I know. It's pretty spec. And it fits. There was a bit of a debate as to whether it would fit or not.
So now it's diverting the heat.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, look at this. See? Thank you, cameraman. It's diverting the heat. No, I think that was the best solution. I was originally going to try and attach something here and have like a 2-piece heat shield. That's just guaranteed rattles and shit. So no, the 1-piece came out nice. Fits. Beautiful. So, that's it for today. God knows what will be in the next update. Probably more of this Mini. You're like coming in close, you're like, put your hand up, put your hand up, finish it, finish it. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, and we are on the Subaru. Mini is now over there in the corner out of the way. We are waiting for hydraulic lifters. I won't show you any more of that until the parts actually arrive. So now we are on to this one. A bit of work in this one. This car has been parked up for, God, years, 4 years, 5 years, and you see the disc. We're getting a lot of this. I can't see the discs because they've gone moldy. 12? I don't actually know. This is last road. Try 5-6 years after all. We're getting a lot of this stuff coming in. These old Jack cars that have been parked up and abandoned in fields when they were worth nothing. Now they're worth something. So now people are like, shit, better put that back on the road. Well, it's crack. So, we noticed something. This is the earth. It wasn't really connected to anything. It's usually attached to the starter motor, but for whatever reason, someone decided to tuck it in here and sit it there. So it's sitting against the engine, just about making connection. That could be the reason why it wasn't charging. What do you reckon?
It needs an alternator.
It might not need an alternator. It was definitely an issue anyways. So, as we've seen in the previous video, people, please attach your earths to your engine. That's it for this clip. We're back from lunch. And we're not far off having the box out of the Subaru. Lift her up, I suppose. We're a bit depressed now because we were looking at videos of Japan at lunch. We're still in Ballindine, unfortunately. No, the body is good.
Yeah.
Subframe not so good. No, you can come in. You can come in and see it. Because it's a bolt-off piece, so it doesn't affect the car in any way. So it went in for a test, and apparently there was a small hole here.
Small patch.
So yeah. If that wasn't bad luck to kill. When did they go back to their own country? The company makes $1 and I make a dime. So that's why I shit on company time. Unless you want to sit there and look at me, come back when I have the gearbox out. This would be the best option. That's a wrap. It's Wednesday. Yesterday we were at the black Subaru. You've seen the box on the ground, you've seen all the misery and the handling, and we got the lifters for the Mini early. We were meant to have them Thursday, maybe Friday, so they arrived early. Show you one of them. A hydraulic lifter is a fairly simple affair. I'll show you when the other ones are out, but there's your little lifter.
That's proper.
Yeah? Okay. There's a hole inside them. Engine oil goes in here, comes out the top of the lifter, and that basically just takes up the slack on the rocker arms. But what can happen is the little check valve inside can collapse, and basically it means it's not able to actually hold the oil inside anymore. Just leaks out, they go soft, makes the engine rattle. That's why we're replacing them. This one is obviously a good one. Now, when you're buying new hydraulic lifters, the most important thing is you make sure they're filled. Some of them come pre-filled with oil, some of them come empty. If they're empty, you need to soak them in a bath of just normal engine oil and actually pump them in and out like that to try and get the oil inside them. If you start the engine with empty hydraulic lifters, you'll end up with this situation because the cam actually crushes the lifter and you end up having to buy a new one. So we don't want that. So we have 16 new hydraulic lifters, and the next step now is to pull the cams. So we have marks here on the cam pulley, on the cap, on the cam itself. Same over here, and I've cable tied the chain onto this camshaft. So we're currently taking the timing chain tensioner out of the back to release the tension on the chain. Then we can pull off one cam pulley at a time, lift out the camshaft, replace the lifters, put the camshaft back in. Pretty straightforward. And then that should be it. So I'm gonna go and do this, and I'm sure David's going to get some montagey camera snappy shots of me taking them out and putting them back in. Welcome back to the next clip. As you can see, the Mini has moved under its own power. We have the engine all back together. You've seen the rocker cover going on, so now we have the heat shield on, filled up with coolant, checked for leaks, and everything seems okay. So in the next clip, test drive, and that is us for today.
If you want to say something,
scream!
Yeah.
If you hear me screaming, I'd probably panic. this week's vlog, we're going to do a quick summary run through of what happened with the Mini, because now it is done. So we did rad fan, fixed a couple of leaks in the engine, stuff was loose, we put in hydraulic lifters, new rocker cover, we remade the heat shield for the turbo to stop it melting itself, we fixed the wire and loom, we fitted an outside air temperature sensor, and the final issue we had with the car was it kept dropping into limp mode. We were getting a super knock fault in the ECU, and it turned out to be cheap coils. So one thing to remember is if you're buying coil packs for your car, buy OE ones, buy a good brand, don't get cheap spurious ones. It might run, but it will not run to its full potential. So that's the Mini, all done, wrapped up. We've test driven it, and it is now ready to go back to the owner. That's it for this week. We'll see you in the next one, and I'm gonna make sure this car still drives.